Did you guys know that Oscar Cabeza from AD Architecture, he redefined this whole street in Coral Reach. He did over 18 townhouses on one street, and we're here to talk about it, and he's going to go over it. Oscar, can you tell us about these 18 townhouse projects? I know there's few projects that we have done together, but can you talk about it, how you redefine the whole street in Coral Reach?
Sure. I mean, it all comes with references. I believe our first job was a 4-unit townhomes where we explain and we maximize the lot, we maximize the units. We did a beautiful design. The whole idea is to do each project like a masterpiece. We try to put our efforts and maximum design into each project. So this becomes our reference to the neighborhood, to the city, to the people in the city, to all the developers. And then we can get more jobs, It's two things that go hand to hand. We want to make a good job that is good for the developer, or for the end user, for the people that's going to live into the townhome or to the residents. We also want to make sure that the projects bring more clients, because we try to define, like you said, we try to maybe redefine the city, redefine the neighborhood. We have many challenges. We have to talk about codes. We have to deal with the city. We have to deal with the inspectors. We have to deal with the requests of the owners, requests of the clients. We try to manage all these requests, all these demands, put them together and come out with a beautiful project, that makes sense and that everybody likes and wants more.
And you have done it 18 times just on this street.
I've done it 18 times. Yeah, it's been a nice process, a very successful street. This one, one of the few ones that allows you to do multifamily in this neighborhood. So that's why we've been able to do this in this street. We've been successful. The ones we've done, I mean, they've been really nice. I mean, people like them. Everybody. Clients from other places that I bring to show them the house, they see these projects are nice, really good. They even they see the projects and they want to invest in this neighborhood, say this is really
100%.
Changing, this is evolving, and this is a good place to be.
Oscar, I know that you have a special touch on every one of the townhouses that we have done together, because when you look at the references and you see the comparisons, when you see from outside, you see that this was done by Oscar. So what do you think some of these touches are that you include in all of your projects, so you can, or everybody can recognize that this was done by Oscar Cabeza?
Well, I mean, obviously, function is one very important. It's got to be a place that works. We've seen many other projects that they look nice, but they don't work. So for us, function is
true.
Primordial in our designs. All of them need to be unique. We try to put our sign on it, our stamp on it, but all of them as well have a little bit of the owners, a little bit of the developers, because they also become a part of this design. No? We have different styles of design. You can see we do contemporary, we do another ones that are more
classical style,
classical styles, yeah, more different styles. We do different styles, and the way we do this is because we meet the owner and what he wants. We try to translate all this into a beautiful design.
And can you tell us about the relationship or the collaboration that you have, let's say, with each of these townhouses that we have done together? Each one serves a specific purpose, or it's the same area, but they have a specific purpose, the spaces that you design that work together. Can you tell us a bit more about the design, how you collaborated all of that together? Of course, we did most of it together, but the vision is yours. You are the one that's coming up with all the behind the scenes work, all the hard work that you put into it. And sometimes I know that we would even work at 10 p.m. I would be in your office at 10 p.m. We'd go over the design. So tell us about, I know you are similar, you are like me. We're workaholics. We love what we do. So tell us about it.
Yeah, that's the life of the architect. Everything takes time, and sometimes we spend after hours, we spend long hours doing the work, and it's enjoyable, because for us it's not actually a work. For us, it's something we love to do. It's a passion we have, so we need to spend more time on it. We're happy to do it. We do this because at the end of the job, when the construction is finished, when the job is finished, and we see what we did, that's our gratification that we get. That we put all these hard hours, long hours, but it came to a nice, beautiful project. On this one, obviously, they have different challenges. Each lot is different. Each lot has different zoning requirements, different neighborhoods. We try to maximize the space. You know, this one we try to put a vertical connection between the first level. We have social areas, and the third floor we're standing right now, which also we make this a terrace with a jacuzzi area, with a barbecue area. Just want to make sure that the end user can enjoy these spaces. We see that many of the townhouses in the area, they do have a terrace, but it's a place where they put the ACs.
It's not
and
functional.
It's a dirty place that nobody goes up into. We wanted to make sure that if you're gonna have the space, maximize the space, and try to use everything that you can for your benefit. This space right here, once it's completed, it's gonna be spectacular because you have your barbecue area, you have a fireplace for the cold nights in Florida, which are not many, but they are some nights that you can do your fireplace. You have the option to do heated fireplace or just for the looks. You have a nice view to the pool. I mean, you have space to enjoy with the family, to enjoy with your friends, and you maximize the experience. You know, the people living in these townhomes will definitely have a better experience than the other ones that you see around around our place right here.
100%.
The one on the left, they have a third floor that is completely unuseful. So you're wasting money. I mean, we wanted to make sure that we give the client and we give the end user the maximum reward for the square footage they're buying for.
Okay.
In over 6-7 years now, we're working together. I think we've been able to have a good relationship because we have the same goals, like you mentioned before.
It's similar vision, it's similar project style. We both like contemporary designs, and we believe that this area needs it.
Exactly. And we both, I believe, we also both have the passion for it. You know,
that's true.
We put the time, like you said, but we need to do an extra review of the drawings. We need to change something at last hour, just to make sure it looks good and make sure that it's good. We do it. I mean, I think that's important because I've seen this also in many other firms. People, they just want to get projects out
and done.
And you're done, and they finish it, and you're done, and you want to take a second look at it.
I remember you're always very, you spend extra time on the finishes and the touches and the special details. So that's very important because you think not only like an architect, but you also think like a developer, builder, and then you think about the end user. How would the buyer use this space? How would he utilize it? And that's very important because it allows us to sell the unit later based on the goals and the visions that you have. But I want to ask you a question because we have done over 18 townhouses on this street, but I want to ask you specifically about the villas and your vision behind it because this is the largest unit out of all of the townhouses we have done. And I believe that we took the good and bad from every other project and we incorporated it into here. The comments that we had from the other buyers that bought the units. So I want you to walk us through about your vision, how you made this project a bit more special, a bit more interesting, a bit different, unique.
Sure. I mean, they're all unique. They all evolve. The last one always comes a little better than the other one because we're always in a learning curve. That's also something very important that I want to point out. I mean, we do great projects, but we always learning. I think if you say that you're not going to learn with the next one,
that's true.
That's where you get stuck. So we always trying to learn and improve on the next ones. For this one, obviously, we wanted to make sure that this is one of the largest square footage townhomes or villa in the neighborhood. So we wanted to make sure that it was one of the most luxurious as well. We needed to incorporate obviously a contemporary design, something that gave us a lot of light, a lot of transparency. These slots are very narrow in the front, but very deep. So we're trying to incorporate a lot of glazing in the front and in the back, trying to maximize also the glazing on the side so we can get a lot of light into the house. We believe that light is one of the key components of a good design. When you walk into a space and you see that it's bright and it's lit properly, naturally as well, it feels big, it feels good, it feels warm as well, it feels comfortable. So light was one of the important determinants in the design of this townhome. That's why we have a lot of glazing in the front and in the back to try to maximize that. We always like to do contemporary designs with a straight line, so we did a couple elements in the front that if you see the design from the house, it doesn't feel like there's three pieces put together. It feels like it's only one element developed as a complex, And we try to make this because we want to make sure that it's a unique design. You always see these three little pieces or 7 pieces or 8 pieces put together.
That's true.
And it feels like a Lego. We don't want that. We want to make sure that the project itself is unique, like you said, and it reflects like a full design for the entire project. We also have, but we also have like a vertical connection, but what's very important because we have 3 floors here. many people prefer to have a home that is only one floor, one level. We want to, I mean, we have to do 3 floors because of the configuration of the lots and everything. So we want to make sure that the communication between the first and the third floor are seamlessly and easy to navigate. That's why we have a foyer in the second floor that takes you from the first floor, really receives you, and gives you the
And then you go to the next floor.
exact. You want to go to the next floor, so it doesn't feel like you gotta go all the way to
There's
the
no
third floor
separation.
to get to the terrace. You know, it's like somebody's
Yeah.
on the terrace and I want to go there. It becomes difficult. That was one of the key elements. You know, make sure that we have that vertical connection between all the 3 levels that gives the user or the resident easy navigation through the whole house.
Oscar, I want to ask you a question about the. Currently, we are already 7 months into the construction, and we are about to be finished soon. So I want to ask your opinion on it. What do you think? Were we able to build as your vision goes? Are we close to what you envisioned?
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. I mean, I think the construction team has been doing a great job over here. That's one of the key things. I mean, making sure they don't change the plans and they don't cheap out in the construction and
That's true.
make changes to reduce cost. I think we put a lot of effort to make sure the design is well thought. So beautiful work on the construction. I mean, you guys been doing a fast pace as well, which is really good.
Under your supervision, of course. Without
Definitely.
construction administration, none of this could.
I think that's
Could
key
happen.
element. I mean, many clients choose not to go for it, but having the architect with
I think
develop
that's
the
an
vision
important
of the
step.
job and make sure that everything comes together properly is key and is important. for the
Oscar, I
success.
know that you are working with a lot of clients, a lot of developers and builders, and I want to ask you a question. If you can tell us how did you feel working with Starlife Group? I know it's been 5, 6 years. I don't remember how many years, and we have done multiple projects. So I want to ask, as far as what kind of clients are we for you? What kind of partners are we for you? Is it easy to work with us? Is it difficult to work with us? Do we have a lot of challenges, or it's a seamless process? Tell us about our.
Yeah, I think we work very well as a team. I think we share the passion that we have for our jobs, which is very important. We're very professional as well. I think you guys and your team are extremely professional in what you guys do. We stick to our schedule. We stick to the work that we say we're gonna do. We keep our promises,
That's
which I think is
important,
important
yeah.
as well. I like to also know my clients from a personal level. You know, sometimes I get involved with the asking about the families. I think
course,
we
that's
have a good
important.
friendship because that makes us partners together into the jobs
Yeah.
that we do. We try to do good as well. We don't try to shit on other people, which I think that's as well your values. And I think when you find people that have your same values, it's easy to work.
Easier to
It's
work.
easy to go in the same route together. When you have people that go in different direction or different routes or want to change stuff that don't tell you about, that's when problems come into the jobs. But I think we have been able to work very well together because we share same values.
And not only that, but I want to add another important factor is that when we come back to the same architect for 5, 6, 7 years, that means that the architect has been doing an amazing work and great job. Otherwise, every project is a relationship. It takes years to accomplish from the vision to the final construction and sellout. So it's a relationship that you have to be together to be on the same page. So I want to tell you that, of course, for the past 5, 6 years, working with you has been a pleasure, and we have learned a lot into the business. And you have guided us, a lot of through a lot of construction, a lot of different, things and aspects of it. So we also believe that we are a great team. We know how to collaborate together. We think the same way, and I can say that one easier thing is that we have the same vision about the projects, how they have to look like, the functionality and efficiency. And Oscar, another question I want to ask is about the services, because I know that you have a general contractor license as well. I know that you have an architectural license, and you also do development. So can you tell us what does AD Architecture do, services, and
Sure. I mean, we have
tell us about the business.
3 different companies on the same umbrella that has helped us develop these projects. We have one architectural firm that's been 20 years in business. We do high-end residential, we do commercial jobs, and we do healthcare as well in our branch of architecture. Our branch of construction builds some of these projects. So we do also construction on high-end residential, a lot of commercial building. This connection between these our two companies give us the knowledge to know how things work on the field and how
Absolutely.
things work in the office of the architectural. So we can combine those two things to make sure the projects are more successful. We do also develop projects. I mean, we own some of the lands. We buy them and we develop the lands again because we have the capability to do the architectural design and the construction and
A to Z.
A to C. So I mean, when a client comes asking for one of these piece of the services, we know what the whole package entails. So we give them the service, but we also advise them of how to do the other ones because we have all the knowledge. Sometimes we get the whole thing. Sometimes we just get one piece. Doesn't matter. We just give them the complete advice because we know the whole process.
In our relationship and partnership for the past 5-6 years or how many years it is, every time that we bought or we bought together or I bought any kind of property, I've always asked her advice. And I remember even the first project that we did together, you and I, we went together to the city to do the due diligence together to find out the zoning and all that requirement. But I want you to explain us how the site selection process works. Because from my experience and your experience, I never buy anything until I consult with you. You tell me, George, I like it, it looks good, we can do whatever you envisioned or we envisioned. So tell us about the site selection process and how important it is actually for the architect and then also for us.
Yeah, definitely. It's critical. It's critical, the site selection. We always talk about it because we have to check on the zoning. There are many different areas that have different zonings that will block you from developing a property.
Sure.
The square footage that you can allow is also very important for the developers. Sometimes there's clients that they really want just a single family residential home, which is allowed. So it makes the process easier. But if we're gonna really develop a multifamily project, there's many variables to take into account. There's setbacks, there's height limitations, there's neighborhoods that we need to review. This makes a due diligence process very needful and very useful at the beginning. We always do it with you. I mean, we do a preliminary check. We go to the city. Many of the other firms, they won't even have the time to go and check on the job. I mean, like I said, we want to get a relationship with you guys. When we get into a job, we feel like it's our job. So we want to make sure that we go and check on everything, make sure that we give you the best advice, that we all come together as a team with the best solution for the job.
And what do you think about general Coral Ridge area? I know that we are doing another project together. It's 2 duplexes, 4-unit townhouses. So tell us how you feel about Coral Ridge area just in general.
Oh, this is a fantastic place. You know, this place has been changing, has been evolving. I've known this area since 22 years. I used to work in this area in the early stages of my career, so I've been seeing the change that has been coming to this neighborhood. All to the good, you know. We take all properties, all houses, and make something nice. I think this is a super nice neighborhood to be in. I mean, something that people like to invest. You have a lot of, you have the water really close. Fort Lauderdale, 5 minutes away downtown. So this is a spectacular area to be on. I really like it.
And I want to tell us something funny that the way that we found you was through one of the projects you did in Coral Ridge. It's a couple of streets here. It's a single family house. We pass by, we find out who the architect is, and then we came to your office. So, you know, it's a very interesting approach.
Yeah, that's the way we. I mean,
it was a unique design. We saw it, amazing. We're like, oh, we need to find the guy who designed it. You know, and now after 6-7 years, you see where we are.
That's the best letter of recommendation that I have. Is my existing clients, my existing projects, so I can see and show them what we have done. It's not something on the air that I can tell them I'm going to do this. We can just go walk around the neighborhood, drive around, and see several projects we have done. Talk to all the clients that I have. That's the best selling card that I have is my clients. That's why I wanna, and I always put a big effort to make sure we work together and we are all happy.
I know you always make all the deals happen. That's why we are very thankful for you. At Starlife Group, we are very happy to work with you and proud because the projects that we have accomplished, they're changing the skylines forever. In the state of Florida, in the city of Fort Lauderdale, and different cities that we have worked on, they're changing the skylines for the next generations. And like you said, when we pass by, when we see the project already completed, it makes us proud. we see what a collaboration, what a teamwork has accomplished, because none of this can be done alone. This is a teamwork,
It's a teamwork.
and we always give credit when we can because of the hard work that goes into these projects, the time, the sweat, to make it work. So then we always go back and we think of the first steps, the first days that we took, the design, the vision, and then you see the product completed, and it's such an amazing feeling. That's probably one of the reasons why we are so into these developments, because we love just the process, how it goes from the beginning to the final sellout. It makes us proud of the things that we accomplish with our partners, team, and friends.
Yeah, definitely. And the journey to get there is the most
easy.
important thing. It's not easy, but it's what we do. It's what we enjoy. I mean, again, it's not an easy process, but we enjoy it. I love it. So for me, it's not a stressful process. I mean, I've been asked this many times, you know, how can you do it? Because we have in the office maybe around 60 projects going on, you know. Some of them I'm in the design stage, some of them in permitting, some in construction. So sometimes it gets really, really hectic and people get stressed. For me, I don't. I love the process. I know every problem has a solution. It's just a matter of looking at the problem, see what's going on, and providing a solution. That's what we do. That's our job. So for me, it's actually something I enjoy. Sometimes when I go on a long vacation, I miss
Mr.
the
Work.
problems. I miss the calls. I mean, it's because this is what we do. I mean, we're here to help the project move along. I mean, to design it, to create, you know. Creating is not easy either. You know, when we are in the drafting board, we're doing our renderings, we're doing the design process, we scratch, we do again, we scratch, we do again. Sometimes we nail it in the first two options. Sometimes we do 10, sometimes we do 15. You need to get to a point. You need to get to a point where the project is perfect.
I agree with you.
We that's the journey, you know. So sometimes the journey takes longer, sometimes it gets shorter, but that's the enjoyable part. At least for me, that's what I love. I mean, that's why we do have our company that does architecture, our company that does construction, so we enjoy the whole process from A to Z.
Oscar, so as we stand here on a villas project, I know that we have a lot of different projects coming up and we have a lot of plans in the future. So I want you to tell us, how do you see the collaboration between AD Architecture, AD Development, and Starlife Group in the near future?
Oh, I see this like a growing relationship, you know. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. We do have a big opportunity here in the South Florida market, which keeps moving. It keeps expanding, which is great for us. We do keep growing as a team. Individually, I know your company's growing. We grow together as a team as well, which makes our alliances very important, because that's the whole point of working a team with people is that we all grow together. You grow together, we grow together, so we all make it farther away. So I think this is going to be a spectacular relationship. Looking forward to the 4 years. You know, I know we got a couple of projects that we're gonna just get started.
That's true.
So this is going to be another successful and enjoyable journey for those as well. And I think
as long as we have you next to us, guide us through it, and you keep track of everything, all of the project will be successful and amazing. We have your leadership here, we have your guidance here. We know that the project is going on the right track, because we want to match everything in your vision. So that's why all of these projects, we want to make sure you're here with us, you're always here, and you have always been with us on every step of the way. That's why we also believe that the future is limitless. We can do a lot of different things, a lot of different projects, a lot of collaborations, and that makes us happy to work with you, because you are a professional. Sometimes you just give us your word, and that's more than enough. We don't need anything else. You know, you give us your word, George, I'm going to be there. That's it. I know it's going to be done. So it's a privilege to have this kind of friendship and partnership, especially in this business, because like you mentioned, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of moving parts, but when you have professionals in your team, talented people, that makes the difference. If you don't have the team, don't even get into this business. When you have the team, you can confidently move forward knowing that your team got your back and you are taking care of them. And as a partners, I'm sure that we will help each other to grow.
Definitely. I mean, like I always tell in my proposals, let's work together.
Of course.
That's the most important thing, that we work together. I always keep us a team.
Sounds good.